Welcome, friends and fellow adventurers. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so for episode 50 of the Extinction Curse. How exciting! If you haven't already, we want to invite you to come join our Discord. It is a great place where you can hang out with us and other listeners of the show. It is also where on Thursday evenings, we sometimes run listening parties of the newly dropped episodes. There you can listen to the episode with a bunch of other people and give us shit in real time for how stupid we are. Also, if you'd like to throw a little financial support our way, come join our Patreon. We truly appreciate everybody who's a member of our Patreon. You help keep this show going. A shout out to all of our patrons at the big number level and above. Rock Jedi, Wolf, Blartimus Slump, Emily S., Jason K., Just Mike Works, and Ross D. And now a recap of session 49. After returning to our circus being on fire and thinking Derricus has had something to do with it, he shows up and somewhat mollifies us after being punched in the face by Peach Pie. He agrees to hold off his investigation of our grounds until the next day. When he arrives in the morning, so too does Andera. As all the information comes out, she's pretty fucking pissed at him. She puts off the search of our grounds for a few more days. We explain to her the Moonstone Hall. She's very interested. We explain Dusklight's involvement. And Dara deputizes us to go arrest/kill Dusklight. Time to fuck shit up. But first we decide to do some shopping. Then we go to Kalkek and convince him to come with us to assault the Celestial Menagerie. We make our way there. And outside we find two bruisers who are tougher than they have any right to be. One of them is the person who had branded Kalkek and all of the other animals. Turtle and Kalkek wreck his shit, and Kalkek eats him. In something like a bloodlust, Kalkek then runs into the circus grounds, calling out for someone named Adravalo. That guy's probably gonna have a bad day.
Did he evolve?
Well, I guess he's happy now.
That's one way to do it.
You can hear him just beyond the gate doors, running around frantically inside, and I'll describe the grounds to you here more in detail in a second. But right at the entrance, you just got a ticket booth, and he's running frantically around it. He's like,
Adravalo, where are you?
So I'm at the gate. Hey guys, should we do something with these bodies? Like, Kalkek just kind of decapitated this dude and left the corpse.
Yeah, let's pull the bodies inside the
there's
gate.
blood everywhere on the ground.
Prestidigitation.
You should take the time to do it.
I'll just clean this up. Don't worry, Kalkek.
I'll drag
I
the
guess you're
bodies.
fucking mate at this point. It's cool. Thought we were friends, but whatever.
What is while Peach Pie's dragging the bodies inside, what are Jebediah, Turtle, and Moonlight doing?
Moonlight moves just inside the edge, and I want to take 10 minutes to get my focus back. But sorcerers don't have to do anything for that.
Not specific. You still got to take the 10 minutes.
Well, it takes the 10 minutes, but I don't have to do anything specific during that 10 minutes. It's just after 10 minutes I get it back.
I would assume you can't do other things while that 10 minutes is being used.
I think that's the important part.
There's feats that allow you to do other stuff at the same time. At least I know there are for other classes.
Well, I'll have Turtle fling this body into the woods here.
I thought Peach Pie was bringing the bodies in.
Oh, in?
Yeah, I was gonna drag him inside and hide him behind the bushes and shit.
And I'm cleaning up the blood and gore and...
Also, that's not necessarily like a forest, it's a bush wall.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Everybody give me a perception check.
31 for Moonlight.
Moonlight with a 31, there is to the right of you a curtain of vines and leaves that looks like it leads into a glen of some kind. And you see a head, like a pair of eyes looking out, just pulling the curtain aside just the tiniest bit to look out. And Kalkek still running around the ticket booth out here. There's just to the left, like an alley with carnival games, and he's running up and down the midway there, screaming, Adravalo, Adravalo, show yourself.
Okay, so I see a pair of eyes.
Yeah, looking out from behind this curtain of vines and leaves.
I'll call out, "You there, behind the curtain. Show yourself.
Kalkek stops exactly where he's at and looks behind him with this like grunting snort. The eyes behind that are peeking out from behind the curtain, you hear this. They disappear.
Come out now, or we will come in after you and have to kill you.
Okay, go ahead and give me your intimidate on that.
I just can't roll intimidate tonight. 25 to beat his will DC.
You don't hear his response, but it's mostly because Kalkek goes barreling through that curtain of vines and right into the glen. And then you hear some terrified screams happening on the other side, just like, "Ah! Ah!"
Follow in, see what's going on.
So Jebediah and Peach Pie recognize the Glen of Uncommon Wonders, with a large willow tree in the middle of the glen, drooping down all over. There are 3 large cages here. One of them houses what looks to be a Pegasus, folded cramped wings in the cage that is not nearly big enough for it. In another cage, it looks like there is a small wooden woman holding a potted plant. And in the third cage, which has mesh on the inside of it, you see Y is a manticore. Aside from that, the scene in front of you is Kalkek staring down this satyr who is wearing a long buttoned jacket with a purple undershirt, collared shirt. He's holding some panpipes and what looks like a wineskin, but both of those hands are held up in a defensive posture in front of Kalkek, who's like slowly circling around the satyr.
Bitch, you should be afraid of us.
Jebediah, you recognize Adravalo.
I'd recognize him too, right?
Peach Pie would definitely recognize him as well. Adravalo is kind of like sort of the jailer of the Glen of Uncommon Wonders, if you will. Normally has a very showman's vibe to him. But right now, he's facing down Kalkek.
Hello, Adravalo.
Ah, Peach Pie! Peach Pie! Is he here with you?
Why, yes.
We thought you ran away, Kalkek! We looked everywhere for you! Please, don't hurt me! Don't hurt me!
He did run away. We've brought him back to say hello.
And he's down on all fours, still in his Barghest form, but kind of down on all fours and prowling around Adravalo, who's spinning wildly to keep eyes and body facing Kalkek.
So, would Peach Pie know, is Adravalo like really a bad guy, or is he just a guy?
Peach Pie maybe never saw Adravalo do anything nefarious. Doesn't really need to hurt or harm any of the creatures that are in the glen because most of them are already caged.
So is that like his job? He tends these creatures that are in cages?
Less tends and more showcases them. He's the barker, if you will, for the Glen of Uncommon Wonders. Kalkek's gonna look at him and go,
It was you.
You go, no, Kalkek, no, you're imagining things. There's no way, it's not true, it's not real.
No, you were the one who cast the spells on me.
Oh, really now?
Oh, please, no. You get very cranky sometimes, and you need to be told, suggested to even that perhaps not to attack anybody or not listen. You have a place. You have a place. And he's spinning around. You had a good place here. You did.
Adravalo. Nobody has a good place here.
Sense motive.
21.
He looked aggravated. And when you said that, you see that kind of like realization cross his eyes. But then he's too distracted with Kalkek, who's still circling around him. And we're actually going to go into initiative right now. At the top of round 1, Jebediah. Kalkek is circling Adravalo, looking like he's ready to pounce.
Well, I definitely want Kalkek just to eat this guy, so I'll just kind of position myself behind him.
You're going to flank Adravalo with Kalkek?
Yeah, and I got movement to do it, so I might as well attack him too.
Oh, shit,
I don't really like this, man.
And to be clear, we did not get 10 minutes, right?
You did not, no.
I did have enough time to clean up the gory mess outside.
Yes.
Okay. That's all. I gotta clean up that mess. My OCD would have bothered me all fucking night.
28.
All right, you are flanking him, so that does hit.
Let's try 27 damage.
Ooh, nice rolls.
Damn, those are very good rolls. Jebediah comes up, flanks Adravalo with Kalkek, and just slices him across the back. Peach Pie.
Peachy pie.
Peachy Pie. It's your turn.
I'm going to really just do the same thing as Jeb and move up into flanking with Adravalo and Kalkek. And that's one action. Second action, I'm going to rage. And third action, I'm going to start hitting. So that's a 29 to hit.
29 hits.
And I will deal Adravalo 28 damage.
All right.
My turn.
Adravalo gets slashed and thwomped, and he's getting circled. He's on all sides right now between Kalkek and Peach Pie and Jebediah, and he's got his arms out. He's dropped his wineskin, but he still has his pan flutes in his hands. And he goes, "This is an ambush! You've ambushed me in my home!"
Whoa. We did.
I am a bush. Or a
He
tree.
is. He is a bush.
Adravalo is going to use his first action.
I don't care
Spellcast.
what he does. I don't care what he does. He's getting attack of opportunity.
That's kind of the thing. No matter what he does, he is going to get an attack of opportunity. And not just from Peach Pie.
I mean, he would never know to step away from Peach Pie.
No, that specifically, no, absolutely not. That's just not something that could happen. He is going to spend 2 actions to cast a spell.
I will attack of opportunity him in an attempt to disrupt that spell.
Kalkek will also take an attack of opportunity.
Now we use a reaction to recognize the spell.
I don't crit him. 29 to hit.
29 hits.
I deal him 24 damage. I do not cause him to drop his spell.
Okay. Kalkek gets a 32 to hit. Also,
Not a crit. Jeez.
not a crit.
Can I try to recognize the spell?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me the... Oh, jeez. Kalkek rolls almost max. 25 damage. Adravalo just gets torn into before casting the spell. Let's do knowledge.
Does
Or
it
sorry,
work?
just-
Does it work like that?
Recognize
Like
spell.
recognize spell? Isn't that, or do you have that feat?
Oh, I have that feat.
Okay.
Yeah, so recognize spell, if I'm training the appropriate skill for the spell's tradition and it's a common spell of 2nd level or lower, you automatically identify it. You still roll to attempt to get a critical success, but can't get worse result than success. The highest level of spell I automatically identify increases to 4 if you're an expert, which the only thing I'm an expert in is Arcana.
Okay. This is going to be a nature check.
Up to level 2 automatically for nature. I got a 20. It's the standard identify a spell, but it's as a reaction.
DC by level or something like that, isn't it?
Which is successes, I just correctly recognize it. Failure, I fail to recognize it. Critical failure, I misidentify it as something else. And critical success, I recognize it and gain a +1 circumstance bonus to a saving throw or AC against it, if it's against me.
Like, identify magic, but that's an exploration activity. That doesn't quite work.
It's all identify magic. He's just saying he gets to do this as a reaction.
Yeah, that's what this feat
So
allows
it
me to
follows the identify magic rules for DC.
Under identify magic, it just says the GM sets the DC for your check.
Right. So you set the DC,
So I just set the DC.
which you can default to DC by level if you want, or
That makes sense. I would imagine it would be twice the spell level. Makes the most sense to me. Because that basically follows the level track of the caster.
which means that would fail.
You do not identify. So he casts a spell and you're unaware of what it is. Maybe you couldn't tell because he was getting his shit rocked by Kalkek and Peach Pie. But either way, he does get the spell off. He looks to Kalkek, casts the spell, waves his hands around, and plays on the flute a little bit while he's getting hit and slashed. It says, "Kalkek, get these intruders out of my home!" Kalkek is going to need to make a will save. Kalkek gets a 16 to save.
He uses his hero point.
Don't think Kalkek gets one of those.
He's named, right?
We didn't.
He is
decide that.
named and he hasn't used it yet.
That is going to fail the suggestion, but it does not critically fail. I'm wrong. That's a critical failure. With Adravalo's third action, he is going to move back away from Jebediah and Peach Pie, back around where the Dryad is, which takes us to the Wizard.
Did I see a spell get cast on Kalkek?
Oh, absolutely.
I know enough about magic. I saw that it was cast on him.
Something
I don't know what it was, but I know it was. Sorry, buddy. You're kind of in my line of what I'm about to do. Don't take offense to this. And I cast Enervation.
Okay.
Is that a line spell, not a raid?
Enervation is a 30-foot line.
Really?
Enervation's pretty fucking cool if I remember, but this is the first time you've ever cast it, yeah?
It is, yes.
Tell us about it.
You're more than 30 feet away from Adravalo.
Reach spell.
No, hold on. I don't think you even need to do that. I'm looking at the line templates. That totally fits in the line template.
Well, that was my thought, but technically, if you do think about like movement, that would be longer than 30 feet.
Movement-wise, but the actual line
Yeah, I guess. In which case, you can move away from him after you piss him off.
giving you the option, giving you an action back.
Kalkek, if you try to hurt us, I'm gonna hurt you back, and I cast Enervation. And let's see how this goes. It is a necromancy / negative energy spell. 30-foot line ends up being a fortitude save. I extend a finger and fire a beam of negative energy that weakens the life force of any creature it touches. Each living creature in the line must attempt a fortitude save, and it's fucking gross. We'll go over the success failure when I found out what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
So saves.
Kalkek gets a 23 on his save, and Adravalo gets a 34.
Okay, so Kalkek is going to fail. Adravalo is going to succeed, but not critically succeed.
Okay, so what happens? Let's go with the failure, because that one's the interesting one.
So first, if it would have been a critical failure, which it wasn't, they would take 48 persistent negative damage and become drained 2 and doomed 1.
Oh my god.
As a regular failure, they only take 48 persistent negative damage
Only.
and become
It's the
drained 1.
Yeah, it's the same. The difference is
The difference is the additional the drained and the doomed 1, which I don't even know what doomed is, but I can't wait for it to happen so we can find out.
I know I read it once upon a time. But
the success is still 2d8 persistent negative damage.
Okay, then after the negative energy beam of enervation gets Adravalo, but mostly Kalkek, Moonlight, it's your turn.
Okay, Moonlight's gonna move up so that they are within 30 feet of Adravalo, just barely. I'm gonna cast Confusion. He needs to give me a will save.
Okay, then he's going to get a 24 in his will save.
24 fails.
Fails. Does Confusion have the incapacitation trait?
It does not.
It does not. All right, well then what happens when he fails the spell?
When you fail Confusion, the target is confused for 1 minute. You can attempt a new save at the end of each of its turns to end the confusion.
And Confusion is nasty. Flat-footed. You don't treat anyone as your ally. Can't delay or ready or use reactions. It's just going for the closest target that it can reach. Targets are determined randomly by me.
Don't hurt the Dryad.
If you have no other visible targets, you target yourself, automatically hitting but not scoring a critical hit. If it's impossible to attack or cast spells, you babble. And every time you take damage from an attack or spell, you attempt a flat check to recover. Then after Moonlight, did you move on this turn?
Yeah, I had to move up to get within 30 feet.
Okay, so the whole party's kind of like standing real close to one another in the middle of the glen. Kalkek is within reach of Jebediah and Peach Pie. Moonlight and the Wizard are just out of reach. And it is Kalkek's turn. Kalkek is going to look down at Jebediah and go to attack Jebediah.
I mean, you can do what you want. You're
Grab
the,
it again.
How do you
I
justify
don't think-
attacking?
I don't
I
think
think you're
suggestion
right.
can make somebody attack.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think he's going to have to just try to grapple Jebediah to like grab him and pull him out.
Oh, he wants a hug.
Honestly, I'm probably gonna volunteer to do it. No, can I take back that I moved and just be like, Kalkek, take me?
But you don't know what he's gonna do.
That's true.
Correct.
I can't metagame it that hard. But once I see him try to just remove Jeb from this area next turn, I'm definitely just gonna be like, hey Kalkek, you wanna like give me a piggyback ride?
Athletics check versus Jebediah's Fortitude DC. The 19?
No.
No.
I still give him a hug back.
I'm honestly gonna hug him.
Hey, buddy!
I'm gonna just run up, be like, I'm sorry I hurt you, and hug him.
He's probably still got like a piece of Thor's like fucking chin coming out of his mouth.
Let me clean that up for you, and I just wipe it clean.
Since Kalkek misses on the grab attempt, the first one, he is going to attempt to do it again. This time, getting a 17 and shooting for a third one. Yep, 13 on that one. Kalkek goes to try to grab Jeb, and Jeb's just like, no, we're hugging, right? Well, that's the end of Kalkek's turn. He's going to take all that persistent damage, which ends up being 12, and he fails on his flat check. Jebediah, it's your turn.
All right. So we've got a little cowering Adravali in the back here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Confused.
Confused right now, yeah.
I will help him in his confusion by letting him know I want to kill him.
Walk
I'm
up
sure
to
it will
him.
help center him emotionally.
He'll get a flat check to come out of the confusion
If he hits.
if you hit.
How about a 33?
33 definitely hits.
Damn, that's not a crit.
Right, I was really hoping. Oh, these rolls just poop.
That's terrible rolls.
2 strides to get up there. I could have charged. I didn't. But at the beginning of this combat, I rolled a stealth for Turtle, and it was a 35. And she's going to continue to move through this bush line here and just chill right here. Just sneaking around the bushes. She'll be done.
Turtle crouching behind. He's going to get a flat check. How much damage did you deal?
13.
13. Needs an 11 on this roll or higher. Gets a 16. So he comes out of his confused condition.
I don't think I'm ever using Confused again. It's kind of a shitty spell.
Like, just because of the save option?
Well, it's like it's so
I feel
easy
like
to get out of it. Like, anytime you take damage, you get a chance to get out of it.
I feel like
every round, you get a chance to get out of it.
I feel like they
That's-
nerfed the hell out of it. It was pretty fucking strong.
It was
It was
brutal.
so
Yeah.
strong in the other.
They kind of
first
needed to
edition.
nerf it, so they might have nerfed it too far.
I think they nerfed it
And then
too
it-
much.
Although Edravalo is not exactly looking good himself. He's taken a lot of damage in a short amount of time here. Peach Pie, it's your turn.
I can get there in one movement action. I also move up to Adravalo, and I don't think I can't really get flanking because of the bushes. So I'll just attack him. And get a 24, which misses.
That'll miss.
And we'll make a second attack. A 25 also misses.
Also misses.
I'm done.
All right. It's Adravalo's turn.
Do literally anything.
That's kind of the thing with being next to Peach Pie. He is going to cast another spell. Yes.
I smack him.
So go ahead and smack him. Let's see if he keeps his spell.
No.
Oh,
Is the answer to that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a 36 is not a crit?
it is not.
I'm gonna try to recognize the spell again too.
Jesus.
I'm just,
Well, he's going to take 25 damage. But I guess he gets to keep the spell.
He
Is this all
does.
nature check, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Ooh, 15. I do not recognize whatever it is, unless it's second level or lower.
Nope, definitely not.
I don't know what it is.
Adravalo casts a spell, but he's using his panpipes as a component here to strengthen the spell. He's going to cast a spell that's going to require a will save from everybody.
Will save, you said?
Yeah, will save from everyone.
I am going to hero point my save because I only rolled an 8 and got a 23. I don't like that.
This is a spell, you said?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
I will active reaction to use a Leshy Superstition to get a +1 circumstance bonus on this spell.
My hero point just rolled a nat 1. I critically fail, whatever it is.
All right.
I possibly critically fail, so I roll a 2.
I critically
Get an 18.
succeed.
Yeah, Kalkek critically fails too.
This is going to be interesting.
Is it incapacitation?
It does have incapacitation. It's a 3rd level spell.
So we do qualify.
You do qualify.
Thank goodness.
So my critical failure is a failure.
Yes.
Oh, what level's Kalkek? Is he 7? He's 6, isn't he?
Kalkek is 8.
Ooh.
He's
No,
our
7.
level?
7, that's right.
Still
Sorry,
enough.
7.
7's
Yep.
still good.
Is an 18 a failure or critical failure normally?
Failure normally.
So I get a boost up to a success.
Okay. So this isn't going to be that bad even for those of you who critically failed because of the incapacitation trait. Those of you who critically failed are frightened 2.
Oh, that's fine.
Since Jeb and Turtle succeeded, it gets moved up to a critical success. So no effect. Did not really go that well, but we tried. Oh, we tried.
It didn't get the 2 right next to him that are ready to beat him into a pulp.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he trying. Well, at the end of Adravalo's turn, he is going to take 3 points of persistent negative energy damage. Some shit rolls there. And fails the flat check to recover.
Keep taking that damage, bitch.
Which takes us right over to the dealer of the persistent deeps, the wizard. It's your
Oh,
turn.
fuck. I'm scared. Kalkek, save me. And I run over and jump into Kalkek's arms.
This is taking a weird turn.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Okay. Oh, he's just outside of 30 feet. That dick. Let's do this then. I'm gonna cast an electric arc. Wait, how far is electric arc? Fuck, that's 30 feet too. I'm so used to 60 from casting reach with it. He'll cast a ray of frost on Adravalo for his first 2 actions.
Okay. He's going to have cover through the bars of the Dryad's cage.
I did not put cover in.
It doesn't matter.
We got a 32, not including the cover, so assuming that hits.
Yeah, that's going to hit. That's going to hit. Good roll.
11 damage. The 3rd action is what I can't figure out what the fuck I want to do. The Wiz is going to move up to Kalkek. I feel like he knows enough about what Kalkek was doing. He's not afraid of Kalkek attacking him necessarily. Move up to him and be like, sorry, buddy, I didn't want to hurt you, but I didn't know how you're going to react to the spell that asshole cast on you. We'll get that negative damage right off you as soon as we can.
Okay. All right. Moonlight, it's your turn.
Moonlight's gonna take a slightly different approach. Kalkek, leave our people alone or we're gonna have a problem here. I'm gonna do an intimidate on him.
You're demoralizing Kalkek?
Yes.
All right, sweet. Let's do it.
So frightened, I think, gives me a -2, but he is also frightened too, so that just rolls straight up.
I'm pretty sure that's just straight up, yeah.
34 to demoralize him.
34 is a critical success.
Poor Kalkek.
I mean, realistically, it does nothing because it just gives him frightened 2.
It's true, he already has the Frightened 2 condition.
But
They don't stack on top of each other.
It's much more the
intention behind it.
The intention behind it. I mean, if anything, it might even be more of a coerce.
Trying to override whatever mental effect is on him.
Well, I think coerce still takes too long for you to use coerce. Right? Because that's like a minute or a conversation unless you have feats.
Not with quick coercion.
You have quick coercion?
Yeah.
Fuck, then yeah, it's probably a coercion.
So you can coerce a creature after 1 round of conversation. So, I can do it as my full round.
All 3 actions?
I'll use all 3 actions to do that.
I'm definitely down with that.
To
Then
kinda
yeah.
get him over the suggestion.
Yeah. No, and I actually think that's...
We don't know it's suggestion, Swanee. God damn it.
We don't, but that's not the... what I'm going... My purpose is not... It's to tell him to leave us the fuck alone.
Okay. All right. Well, with all 3 actions, we'll see if that plays on Kalkek's turn. Speak of the demon, Kalkek is up, and he looks back and forth between Moonlight and the wizard, and Moonlight and the wizard, and he shakes his head. He puts his hand up to his head, and he just goes,
That's what he does. That's how he controlled me.
and will spend his first action striding toward Adravalo, and his second action using his reach to reach over Peach Pie and attack Adravalo with his jaws. Gets a 19 to hit. That was pretty bad, but he is going to try for another hit, this time with a claw. There we go.
20.
Yeah, Kalkek gets a nat 20 on the claw attack and just slices Adravalo for 27 points of slashing damage. Hey, that worked out.
I'll take Kalkek dealing him 27 damage as my full round action. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
works.
There you go. You can take credit for that, right?
And it stops him from trying to do anything to us.
True. Then at the end of Kalkek's turn, he is going to take some persistent damage. He takes 17 and gets a 9 to recover, which does not succeed. Then Jebediah, it's your turn.
Jebediah will move up to. Well, I guess I don't need to move. He's still just chilling here. I'll just finish this guy off, right? I'll attempt to. A 26.
26 misses.
Oh, I'll try again. A 3. 13.
13 also misses.
Alright, well, that's annoying, so I'm gonna have Turtle come in and she's gonna stealth cat pounce, which if the attack's successful, Dravaldi will be flat-footed until his next turn, until his turn. 33?
33 hits.
13?
13 damage. After Jebediah, Peach Pie, it's your turn.
All right. Well, I will simply attack him. See if we can finally take him down. Not the 23. How about a 28?
28 does it.
I will deal him 20 damage.
That is going to do it.
And I guess that's it.
Adravalo gets just smashed by Peach Pie, and he holds his hands up right up until the last final moment when Peach Pie smashes his face. And he is dying. He's bleeding out on the ground. He is not dead.
Oh. All yours, Kalkek. Wait. Let us loot him first. I quick loot him. I take his shit.
Okay. Oh, get ready for this. We got panpipes, a wineskin, which technically he dropped earlier, a non-magical dagger, and a set of keys.
I had an idea of what the keys would be for. Probably all these cages.
I have no idea what these keys are. No.
Yeah, definitely we're not in an area surrounded by cages.
Yeah. On my turn, I am going to, since I would have been next anyways, I would have stepped up to Kalkek, and I would have used 2 actions for assisted recovery. Which
Okay.
I don't think we ran into before. But you can take steps to help yourself recover from persistent damage or have an ally help you. It does take 2 actions to do, and it must be something that reasonably would improve the chances determined by you. Since it's negative damage from an enervation spell that I cast myself, I'm trying to find a good way to flavor that. I don't really. Maybe I draw the negative energy back into myself.
Or you just flood him with a bunch of positive energy and give him a hug.
I don't fucking have positive
Let's talk about positive emotional energy, Ted. Not cleric shit.
I feel like I shouldn't be the one arguing with you about whether that's reasonable.
It's nothing to argue with. I mean, I would say because you cast that spell, it's absolutely reasonable that you could
I feel like
assist.
I would be the one to be able to assist, which it doesn't look like I make any type of check.
You're just assisting. I mean, if anything, it would be a level-based DC thing, but I'm going to say you have enough reason. For some reason...
And it does state that you decide what my assistance does. Some examples were to reduce the DC down to like a flat check of 10 instead. Even automatically just end the condition based on the type of help. Or you can alter the number of actions required to help if it means it would be more efficient.
I'm going to say just for this, it's going to be his next check is going to be reduced by 5. And then the check
DC.
after that by an additional 5.
So DC 10 instead of 15.
Yep. And then on the next, it'll be DC 5.
I'm all right with that.
Okay. All right. And I don't know how you picture the wizard doing this.
I would straight up be like hugging him and like, I don't know, somehow like drawing the magic out of him or something. My own magic back out of him.
For some reason, I don't know why, and I want to share this. I feel like you're like brushing the magic off his fur.
Oh, I'm petting him.
Petting him, and like brushing it away. He's just a big puppy, right?
Good Bargust.
It's a big demonic puppy.
I'm sorry I hurt you.
All right, well, let's do this real quick. Let's get these out because Adravalo is also taking persistent damage, and he is currently dying too. Okay, then yeah, Moonlight, it's your turn.
Moonlight can't do shit for either of these people. Yeah, effectively, I'll pass. I've got nothing to do.
Okay.
In turn order.
That's fine. That's fine. Kalkek is going to, because Peach Pie, he was striking Adravalo over Peach Pie, but Kalkek's going to push Peach Pie to the side and ignore the wizard and violently attack Adravalo's body. And he goes straight for the face and the brain. Similar to what he did to the other one, but Adravalo's on the ground, so he just goes and just eats through his head as quick as he can. He can't get through the whole thing in one round, so he's going to take this persistent damage here real quick. And he's still DC 10. Takes 13 persistent negative energy damage and gets an 18 on the check. So he no longer is taking that damage.
Good job, buddy.
I've got a feeling we don't need to worry about Adravalo's damage either.
No, not at all.
I think he's dead.
He's dead.
You're doing Nephis' work.
But the real question, does Kalkek evolve?
Not yet. I'm assuming it's going to be when he eats Dustlight.
Well, after Kalkek devours Adravalo's face, skull, brain.
Horns, he's a satyr.
Horns too. It's all edible, man. To the Barcast.
Horns are not terribly edible.
I was going to say that's going to be terrible to digest. Oh my god.
That might suck. But either way, Kalkek's going to do it. And he's starting to, like, he's breathing heavy in between it. And he seems like he's losing himself here. Like he's getting a little out of control. And as soon as he gets through with the brain on Adravalo, he's going to take off to the north.
See you later, buddy.
And he looks like he's about to go on a rampage. In fact, you see him, he's running past where the big top is. And Peach Pie knows where he's going. Jebediah knows where he's going. The circus is housed in all of their wagons and tents back behind the big top. And he's running right for it.
I mean, he's probably going to be fine, right, guys?
He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
I think his fate is in his own hands at this point.
Yeah.
And now, time for something a little different. When editing these episodes, I always try and make sure it sounds like one long continuous session of play. However, that is not going to be possible here, because you're about to experience MNmaxed going high def. Or at least pretty close to it. It's a work in progress.
Then, while you're in the Glen, what do you do?
Well, I think the wizard wants to talk to the Dryad, Jeb's going to try and talk to the Manicore, and I want to talk to the Pegasus.
I want my focus spell back.
Okay. Well, don't take it back quite yet. But noted. Who wants to go first in their conversation?
We'll get the dangerous guy out of the way.
The Manticore?
Yeah. So I will do a knowledge nature check on this Manticore.
Okay. Yeah, recall knowledge.
I get a massive 19.
With a 1 on a die. No Manticores are intelligent enough to speak. They're all feral and savage and bestial.
Why are you lying to me?
Because you sucked at the roll you made.
So I just I know they're not intelligent enough to talk?
Yeah.
I probably don't know.
Yeah, the problem is you're misremembering that you think that they don't talk.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that it's impossible for them to speak.
You as Spencer know that they can, but Jeb does not.
Probably. I mean, I think Jeb's probably smarter than me, but
Yes, but you failed your roll, so you don't know.
Alright, well, I'll still I'll follow it up with a animal empathy, and I'll see if it responds. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and do that.
28.
Okay. Jeb walks up to the cage and, tries talking to it, talking it down, because when he walks up to the cage, it's, throwing spikes at the mesh that's on the inside of the cage and roaring at you. But you quiet it down, and it stops thrashing, and it just lays down. puts its head on its paws as it's laying down and watches you.
Aw, it's cute.
I mean, like, I know it's Jeb, like, I wouldn't just let it sit here. I'm rather gonna kill it or just let it go. I'm not gonna let it starve to death in a cage. So, I've got it calmed. My job's done for now.
Yeah, let's come back to it after we're done with this place and figure it out, I'd say.
And why don't I throw him like sneak Aldrivaldi's body in there? Oh, did Kalkek already eat him?
I think Kalkek ate his face.
Oh, I'll
and then
throw
ran
the
away.
body in there then.
You just want to throw the
I don't
body
have
in.
the key though, do I?
No, we've got the key. We took it from him.
Adrivallo has the key.
Alright,
Have the key.
here I go. I unlock the door. And just enough to toss a body in there to the somewhat calm Manticore.
Okay. Who assists, or do you do it on your own?
I prepare myself for combat.
I talk to the Dryad while he's doing it.
Okay, we'll get to you in a second then.
Yeah, Moonlight's ready to act if necessary, but hoping that it's not necessary.
So Jeb opens the cage door,
Just enough.
and would you like slide it in?
Yeah, I kind of kick him in.
Okay. And it just kind of sits at the entrance of the doors. I'm assuming you close it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you close the door
Lock
right
it
away.
back up.
It just kind of stares at the body, passively, doesn't really pay much attention to it, and then keeps looking at you.
And then I go, get it! Get it!
It rolls over and looks like it's going to sleep now.
Alright.
Maybe
Works for me.
they don't eat people.
Assholes.
They just kill them.
Or
Does it mean
specifically.
assholes? Like,
What is a satire, right? I mean,
It's
not
a satyr. Maybe it
satyr,
doesn't like
sorry,
mutton.
yeah.
Moonlight tries to recall nature and gets a 30
On manticores?
on the manticores.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, they're carnivorous, but on the other hand, it is, 3:30 in the morning? Its sleep was interrupted for this,
That's true. It's very early.
and it's not time to eat right now. So it's just ignoring it, leaving it in the cage, and then going back to sleep. Then we're going over to the wizard to speak to the Dryad.
hey,
She looks up at you and she just goes, "Release me. Release me.
are you gonna, like, kill anybody?
Return to the forest. Save my sapling.
What forest?
The forest I've come from. On the island."
Jeb, can I see those keys?
I toss him the keys.
Yeah, unlock the cage.
She leans over and lifts up the potted sapling that she has, and she's speaking to you solely in Sylvan, but she's very soft-spoken. She's very timid. "Thank you. Thank you." And she walks out, and she starts immediately rushing toward the entrance.
Did you guys, like, want to ride, or are you just gonna walk? Okay. Bye.
She's gone.
Guys, the Dryad ran.
Just as the Dryad leaves the glen and goes out the entrance of the Celestial Menagerie grounds, you all hear a blood-curdling scream coming from the area towards the big top tent.
Humanoid?
Like classic horror scream.
Sounds like Kalkek's having some fun.
I wonder if he found Dusklight.
Who knows? Not too worried about it.
It's followed by 2 or 3 more very loud, pained screams.
Do they all sound human or, like, humanoid? I'm assuming?
Humanoid, yeah. You might start hearing the sounds of animals whickering and making distress sounds as well.
I feel like our DM's trying to railroad us into going to check that out. How about we go check that out?
I feel like we should fuck him and not do that.
We still got a pixie to talk to.
The main thing is we need to take a moment to regather our strength, which is the way the game's supposed to work.
You're down
rather
10
than a
HP.
gauntlet. No, I'm fine, but Moonlight and Jeb aren't.
I am fine.
But
Moonlight's
Moonlight's
at
fine.
full.
Yeah, but don't you need your focus point?
I mean,
He wants it.
I want it. I don't need it. I have
I don't
another
want to
one.
kill Kalkek. I want to let him rampage for a while.
I was
let
gonna go
whoever he
save
runs into
him.
kill him eventually.
I was just gonna see if we could like focus his rage in like a certain direction. We know the way to Dusklight, even though we might
He
not.
could be a decent ally. Let's not let him just die.
promise he can't, because he's gonna turn into a greater Barghast and disappear.
Which I'm fine
Or
with.
die.
I want to see that. So that's the reason.
One way or another, he's gonna disappear.
Or another.
There is a preferred way for him to disappear to the Wiz, though.
He's gonna gobble, gobble, gobble down your face.
But only if you're there when he does it.
Guys, we should go help Kalkek and see if maybe he's ascending.
All right. And I suppose I'll start heading north. Really quick, the Pegasus's name was Mist Dancer, correct?
Yeah.
Mist Dancer, I'll be back to speak with you as soon as possible.
Okay, Peach Pie. Yes. We will speak to you soon.
Would you like me to unlock your cage?
I would like to stretch my wings, yes.
I unlock his cage. His?
There. I don't know.
There?
I think it's a
unlock
male.
their
I think it's a
cage.
male Pegasus. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's male.
Unless you're looking under there, I'd just probably default to there. although Peach Pie might know because he...
Yeah, I think I would know him.
I want to have established that Peach Pie does know.
I doubt he'll be here when we get back, but oh well.
As I start to walk away, if you like a job with our circus, Miss Dancer, come find us at the Circus of Wayward Wonders. We won't keep you in a cage.
I do want to continue performing.
Yes.
Screams are cascading in the background.
As I continue to walk away.
Yeah, we should go. We gotta go.
I'm sorry this circus won't continue to exist.
As you guys walk toward the big top tent, I want to lay out. The big top tent is this very large red and violet striped tent. From top to bottom, it's about the same size as the one that you guys currently have.
Our new one, you mean? That we haven't actually used yet?
Yeah, that's the one. As you get closer to the tent, to the left of the big top tent is there's a solid structure with what looks like a single entrance in front of the big top tent that goes all the way around the left side of it and back to the back of the grounds. To the right is an opening, almost like a pathway to go behind the tent. And those of you from the menagerie would know that the grounds around behind the tent would be where the performers sleep. On the left side in the buildings, that area hasn't always been like that, and those are relatively new. The physical structure, I should say. So you'd have to go around the back side of the tent in order to get to where you're pretty sure the sound is coming from.
I start going that way.
Yeah, we'll start heading that way.
As you walk around the back side of the tent, you find a familiar sight. What? I'm going to absolutely butcher this, and we'll see how it goes. The oublet? Oublet?
Nah, dude, that's Oboletti.
I don't know.
Anyone?
Let's find. Looks awfully French.
Yeah, oh, obviously, right?
Nah, that's Oboletti.
Oubliette?
Yeah, oubliette.
Oubliette.
A secret dungeon with access only through a trap door in its ceiling.
Well, that's awfully specific. Not a well.
That's hilarious.
Why do the French have a word for that? Fucking French.
Yeah, as you're going around the side of the big top here, you come across what Peach Pie and Jebediah easily remember. The oubliette, which is essentially a hole in the ground covered by a cage or a wrought iron door. This location on the menagerie grounds hasn't changed. This is a place where Peach Pie has spent some hours. This would be a place that Jebediah would have spent some hours inside the oubliette as punishment.
For any solitary confinement or something like that?
Exactly. It's solitary confinement.
Fucking Mistress Dusklight. What a piece of shit.
As you're approaching it, there are hands or arms that are coming out of the oubliette, and you hear a pained voice going, "Help! Help!"
From
Sounds
inside
like the
of it.
professor.
From inside of it. It kind of does, doesn't it?
Let's go save the professor, guys.
All right.
Moonlight runs up there.
Walk up there, yeah.
I stroll up there.
As you go up to the oubliette to where this man is calling for help, The screams continue behind the big top tent. And as you approach the oubliette, you look over. It's hard not to look at Kalkek down on all fours in his barcast form, surrounded by bodies.
Oh, so he's killed a whole bunch of people already. There definitely have not been enough rounds for him to get that many attacks in.
I mean, depends on how easily they were to kill.
I suppose.
Oh, hey, Kalkek.
Can I try to make an intimidate check or diplomacy, just to yell Kalkek stand down or something like that? I suppose I could only do intimidate because that's the only one that I could do quickly. I can't do a minute.
Before we get there, as you're approaching, because for dramatic effect, he's choking down one final head, one final brain, one more soul devoured to fuel him. The muscles on his body begin to bulge, and he gets larger, and crackles of dark energy kind of spark around him as he gets a little bit bigger.
Does his hair start to turn yellow and longer?
I pull out my spell slime and I'm like, spell slime, you're about to see something that not very many people ever get to see.
It's only going to take 5 episodes.
Okay, I'm done. You have witnessed, or are currently witnessing, Kalkek ascend to the greater Barghest form. And there's still screaming. There are circus hands in their nightgowns and in their pajamas running around. There's blood everywhere, and people are screaming. And as you guys are standing over the oubliette, watching Kalkek change, the man in the oubliette goes, "Please, he's killing everyone."
Shh, 1 minute. This is the good part.
Oh, God. Kalkek turns to look at all of you afterwards, and he says,
"It's complete."
Hell yeah, brother. Now get out of here. Oh.
No, I will kill all who have caged me, including those who caged me in my fear.
I mean, you killed a few people that didn't cage you. That guy was Carl. He just works here and gives popcorn to people.
He cleaned up your poo.
You killed Carl? Oh, I like Carl.
he goes down on all fours. He stares Moonlight down, and he says,
"First you, then Dusklight."
You're making a big mistake, Kalkek.
I never caged him in fear.
He is a demon, though, and they are chaotic evil, so, it doesn't surprise me.
"We're gonna roll for initiative."
Guess we'll kill Kalkek then.
For the second time. So do I have to save him after we kill him so he can become like a demigod Bargus? We'll just keep fighting him. He's the BBG that we created.
That's how all the best stories go. You fight the demons you create.
All we gotta do is let him kill Moonlight, and then Moonlight, play dead.
Moonlight didn't even do anything to him.
At the top of round 1, Jebediah, you go first.
So visually, what have I seen? Is he just bigger, muscular? Did he gain size? 4 more arms?
I mean, he did not gain a size category. He didn't gain any more arms, aside from the crackling energy and the buffer physique. He's the same
So he leveled
relative
up.
size.
He's still hurt from before, though, right?
Yeah, he's still hurt from
the enervation and
yeah,
combat and everything. He's still drained.
I will take a moment to remind him how this went last time, and say if he really wants to go forward with this. The only reason you're here is because of us, and we can make it so you're not here.
Are you saying you're making it demoralized?
It's just free action talk, isn't it?
and I'm trying to get the words right without making it sound like a Dragon Ball Z episode. With my newfound power.
No, dude, perfect.
This isn't even my final form.
I mean, yeah, but how do I avoid it? He looks cocky. That big, giant, smirking smile that he has tears back in a snarl, and
With my newfound power.
he'll attack you. So you can go ahead and act first.
All right, so be it. I will charge.
He will take an attack of opportunity as you cross through his threatened range.
Did he have range? Or now he does? Or what?
He does, yeah. He has a 10-foot reach now. He's gonna swipe at you with his claws. And get a natural 1 on the die. Yay.
See what I'm telling you, man. Get a 23 to hit.
A 23
Try
misses.
another swing. And roll an 8 on the dice again. Well, Turtle wants nothing to do with this thing, so she's stealth hiding back here.
There are some animals in the pens that are here.
She'll meow at them. That'll be it.
For some reason, I'm picturing Turtle having a civilized conversation with other animals, trying to calm them down.
Oh, where's this? Is Leonidas
while
here?
You're all fighting.
Is he in one of these pens?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's Turtle's mission. I told him we'd save him, and now we're here.
Oh, okay.
I have a promise made.
Promise kept. Jeb, as you get closer and you swing a couple of times at Kalkek, and he dodges out of the way, and he smirks. And you do see the bodies that are laying around your feet. You're pretty sure you see Danica here.
Ah, yes, Danica.
That was the Leonidas's.
That was Leonidas' tamer.
Leona's.
He hated. She's a bitch, right? Oh yeah.
She's the whip tamer.
Yeah, she was the one that was whipping Leonis at the show.
Leonis, that's what it was.
Well, you said Leonis, so I'm hoping that's what it is.
It will be.
I'm pretty sure that's
He's
it.
gonna Sparta kick everybody.
It's not
Leonidas,
Leonidas.
but
I'm gonna teach a lion Sparta kick. All right. Well, Kalkek, murder me, please.
He might go past you and come after me. It's hard to say.
on Kalkek's turn, he's going to use his first and second action to cast a spell. And it's going to cast Confusion onto Jebediah. Jeb will save.
Okay, I got an 18.
An 18 fails. So you are confused for 1 minute.
Yeah, but every round you get a new attempt, and if you take damage, you get a new attempt, so the spell sucks.
Yeah, it's much less powerful in this than it was in 1E.
I literally put -sucks after Confusion on my character sheet. Because after I used it and read everything, I'm like, wait a minute. Unless they critically fail, this blows.
It uses its third action to run toward Moonlight. Kalkek turns and looks at Moonlight and starts darting toward you.
Is it smart enough to try and avoid an attack of opportunity from me?
I was going to say, Kalkek's had an experience with you before. He pointedly stays out of Peach Pie's reach as he sprints toward Moonlight.
Okay.
But that is his third action, so Moonlight, it is your turn.
Step back, and then I will cast a spell of my own. He's giving me a will save.
And he gets a 31.
So that is a success. The target is plagued with uncontrollable laughter. It can't use reactions.
And that's, correct me if I'm wrong, hideous laughter, right?
Correct.
That is a really good spell. After Moonlight, Wizard, it's your turn.
The Wiz is going to... So he can't take reactions, but I know he's going after Moonlight. I'm going to move to the other side for my first action.
The other side of Kalkek
from Moonlight. So I was right next to Moonlight. I don't really want to stand next to Moonlight anymore. No offense. And then I'm going to cast Glitter Dust with my second and third actions. Just right on Kalkek.
Kalkek's going to get a 32 on his will save.
Damn. That's unfortunate. So he succeeds. Success on Glitter Dust just means that the target's invisibility will be negated for 2 rounds. So if he goes invisible, it negates it.
Got it. Peach Pie, it's your turn.
Action 1, Rage. Action 2, Attack. 32 to hit.
32 hits.
I deal him 21 damage. Action 3, Attack again. Oh, miss with a 16. I'm done.
Then after Peach Pie, Jebediah, it's your turn. And Jeb, you have the confused condition, so you attack wildly. You don't treat anyone as an ally. You use all your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrips.
logically, I don't think I would cast that even out of confusion. I would probably strike something.
Yeah. So I would say right now Kalkek and Peach Pie are equidistant from you at the moment.
One's much scarier than the other. I'm a clown.
It's true. Go ahead and just roll something. Odds you hit Peach Pie.
Peach Pie it
is. For Christ's sake. Evens you hit Kalkek.
You rolled 291 on 27d20.
Okay, so odd would be you attack Peach Pie. So go ahead and stride and strike Peach Pie.
26 to hit the raging Peach Pie. 19 damage.
Poor confused Jeb.
So I would go again, right? Use all my turns?
Yeah, you would attack it again.
17.
Miss.
I just called Peach Pie it. I'm sorry.
So
That's like a joke.
Turtle is back behind this cage. Is like the lion in a separate cage, or?
The lion would be in the first circular pen that you can see.
And what else am I looking at? Just like there are other, like maybe some like.
Well, I mean, you're confused, so
Like
you're
turtle.
asking me in turtle stead,
Yeah.
right?
What's she seen? She knows she knows the lion, and she probably knows some of these other things if they've been there a while.
It's true. But Jebediah would have had to keep Turtle secret for a while.
All right, she'll
So
make
she
her way
wasn't,
towards
like,
the lion
familiar.
and be done.
After Jebediah, now at the end of your turn, you get a new will save versus the confused effect, because with a failure, that's something you're allowed. So go ahead.
Nope. 20.
20 does fail. Then that leads us over to Kalkek. And Kalkek is going to use their first action to take a 5-foot step forward towards Moonlight. And he kind of stands up as he steps forward, feeling cocky, and he bites at Moonlight. He gets a 28 to hit.
Yeah.
Jaws sink in and deal 19 points of piercing damage, but you're also going to have persistent bleed. He's going to rip and tear bark away. And then with his third action, he's going to claw at Moonlight. Gets an 18 to hit.
That misses even Moonlight, so no.
And while he's chomping at you with his jaws and swiping you with his claws, he's chuckling from the effects of hideous laughter. It's kind of menacing. So after Kalkek, Moonlight, it's your turn.
First action, I'll sustain the spell. Second action, I will move away.
And since you're sustaining the spell, he can't attack of opportunity you.
Correct.
No reactions.
Third action, does 24 beat his will DC?
His will DC. Yeah, actually it does.
I just look at him and say, "We tried to talk you down." And I'll do a demoralize on him. So he's frightened one.
Alright. Some of the bars of that cage of fear go up. He's standing right on top of the oubliette.
I bet you those guys aren't reaching their hands through anymore.
Nope, not at all. Cowering at the bottom of the oubliette. That's for sure.
Feel bad about all the blood I'm about to drip onto him.
And that's my turn.
It's just gonna be a bucket for Barkaz blood. Oh, goodness. Wizard, it's your turn. Wait, nope.
Oh,
Before that,
I fail my
I almost
persistent
forgot.
check. I take 3.
Yes, 3 bleeding damage. That takes us over to the wizard. It's your turn.
They do a full round of level 1 magic missile, so 3 missiles.
You're in his range, but that hideous laughter spell is preventing him from smacking you.
10 damage between the 3 missiles.
Then after the wizard, through an opening at the back of the big top tent, you hear thud, 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 and a mammoth bursts through the opening in the backstage of the big top tent.
Did you say a mammoth?
A
I believe
mammoth.
you said a mammoth.
Like a woolly mammoth?
Oh yeah, big woolly mammoth.
Okay.
And riding at the top of the woolly mammoth is a half-orc woman wearing leathers. She has dreadlock braids down the crest of her forehead going all the way down.
She looks like fun.
The woman, the half-orc woman on top, as the mammoth rears up on its back 2 hind legs and trumpets and then lands with a big thud on the ground.
Do Peach Pie or Jeb recognize her? Or
Yeah, do we know her?
this
You
a
do
new
not
person?
recognize her. No, you don't recognize her. And she looks down from atop the mammoth in horror on her face, looking at all of the blood and the dead bodies everywhere behind the big top tent here. And she looks over at Kalkek and you. She sees you fighting, and she yells out, "This monstrosity did this!" And she charges forward with the mammoth, who can reach from way back here, and just thuds Kalkek with a hoof. Nope, we're bringing that back. Gores with a tusk. 25 to hit. Which hits.
I was gonna say you're talking to yourself, so
You're rolling
Yes.
against
Sorry.
yourself at this point, man.
I am.
I
Massive.
I gotta ask.
Yes.
Does that hit because of frightened?
It absolutely
Does it? I know. I knew it
Yes.
had to be close. It had to have been fucking close.
Oh, man.
Love
All right.
debuffs in this game. They're so much better than in 1E. 1E
It
I
does
just
make
felt like,
playing a debuffer a lot more fun.
I just feel like 1E debuffs were like, oh, -2, what do you fucking do? Here, a -1 is fucking huge.
It makes all the difference in the world. So, the mammoth pierces Kalkek for 24 resisted, 14 points of piercing damage.
Or resisted 10. It did 14.
Yeah, from 24 down to 14.
Probably a magical thing. Like it resists non-magic damage.
Or it just resists piercing. But yeah,
Or that.
probably more likely magic at this point. Because why would a greater Barghest have piercing resistance?
Well, the mammoth is going to hit Kalkek with their trunk, because they still have an action.
Wait, it came out, moved over to him, attacked, and still has another action?
You know, there's a pause in the move for a free action to, you know,
Oh,
get
so coming
description,
out.
and then charging up would have been one action. Because they were doing things in the background on round one.
And we didn't hear a fucking mammoth walking around? Holy shit.
There's lots of, you know, from Kalkek.
Let
so-
Tyler tell his story the way he wants to tell it.
It just doesn't make sense.
It just
Let's
doesn't. It
let
just won't make
Tyler
sense.
There's
ignore-
fucking plot holes all
There
over
are
the
plot
place.
holes everywhere, but
Someone's gonna
it's okay.
just tear us apart.
Which takes us over to Peach Pie.
Speaking of free action on anybody's turn, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Peach Pie, Jeb is confused. Get away from him.
All right. And I do. I will move over and get in between Kalkek and Moonlight. If I moved here, would I have flanking?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to do that. Action 2, I'm going to attack him and get a 28 to hit.
28 hits.
And I'll deal him 30 damage.
David, you kill Kalkek. How do you do anything specific for that? Do you have a way that you're looking to do it?
I hit him really hard on the head with my hammer.
Sickening crunch.
Enough to say, like, maybe break a horn off or something.
He doesn't have horns, but
I thought he has horns in this picture. Is
No,
that
those are
hair?
ears. Those are ears.
His ears?
yeah, they're pointy and bat-like.
Or his nose, which is also pointy, but I think that's also a bat-like pointy nose, not a horn.
Yes, also that.
Damn it. Okay.
The real question is, are we still in combat?
After that, no. Yeah, Kalkek's skull crunches and he falls right on top of the oubliette.
The assault on the Celestial Menagerie continues. However, we've lost poor Kalkek. But maybe we're going to make friends with a mammoth riding orc. So, you know, pretty even trade, I'd say. But what's going to happen when we finally meet up with Mistress Dusklight? Find out next time as we continue the Extinction Curse. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.